You can see it's white capping in this little flats bay, so it's still windy as crap. Man, it'll just never stop. But middle of this week it's supposed to taper down and dip a little bit, so hopefully in a couple days I'll be able to get out. We shall see. Otherwise, more bridge fishing. See what we've got here. The tide is kind of almost getting ready to turn and go backwards. So, snappers, that's not good. Snappers, more snappers. Wrong species. Lots of wrong species. Man, there's got to be some pinfish in here. And keep your snapper. Alright, all you guys get out of here. Ow! Fucker. Jesus. Where the fuck did you come from? I should have kept you. Here we are at Kemp Channel. This is one of the first deep channels that cut through that's actually a boater's channel. This channel, if you head that way, which is north towards the Gulf, is the runs right past the Blimp Road where I launch from a lot of times. The only issue I have with this place is that this is probably one of the most consistently hit bridges along the Keys by the boats. You've got the 7 Mile Bridge and Bahia Honda, of course, but they're super major wide, so they could take a lot of boats and it's spread out and it's not hit so much. This is a narrow but deeper channel, but it gets really hammered, and the main reason why is you have tons of residentials along the end, and the biggest one is that you've got the Venture Out is right that strip all along there, and that's all like motorhomes and like the permanent style motorhomes, and they do a lot of the monthly rentals, and it's a really popular place in the Keys. What that does though is that anytime it's a windy day where people can't get out, all these people along here will take the boats and just anchor up along here and chum it and fish it, because there's really nowhere else to go. You're on vacation, you want to at least be on the water, so at least at the minimum you can come over here. It looks kind of calm right here, but it's because the wind is being blocked by the bridge and the Keys all along there, so it looks a little flatter on this side. The other side, it's already white capping in 1 to 2 foot inside the channels, but that's why I don't really spend too much time here. Although it looks really good. This second opening, you can kind of see that the red and green lights there. That's for the boats to go through. It's a little bit higher transom area there. But all these other ones are kind of narrow. I fish it enough on the kayak, you know, I just never have very good luck here. It doesn't mean there's not fish here, but I think they're pressured a lot more than the other bridges. So I think I'm going to pass on this one. And you can see all the line up there, how much shore pressure it gets as well. But anyways, I'm going to just keep moving on to the next one. Maybe I'll come back. This is the underside of the bridge. So I mean, it's a great looking fishing spot. I mean, this they built these rocks all the way, and it runs all the way down this left edge. Get a lot of snags, but almost every day there's people just anchored up just on this corner there, running the chum back on both sides and just basically hammering this corner here. Same, like I said, each one of these channels, it gets a lot of divers on it. It's just a really heavily pressured. Then at nighttime, you can see with all the trash and stuff, people fish here a lot. So sometimes, even though it looks really good, that means it is fished quite a bit. And sometimes those off the wall places that don't look very good, but they're not pressured, and then the fish get bigger and they're not as smart. So anyways, but I got to find places that are, you can see the current is going towards the Atlantic, which will negate all those other bridges towards Key West because it's going the wrong direction. So I'll keep moving up. This is Summerlin Key. One of my kayak fishing spots. Right down that one, East Shore Drive, and then take a left about a quarter mile down, and it'll take you right up to the edge of one of these residential channels where they haven't developed yet. Niles Channel, another one where they gated up so you can't fish it. That sucks. This is one of the first big bridges, one of the real big deep channels. But starting from here and going on up, this is where you start getting those prime big deep channels, which are really good for the bridge fishing. You get a chance for a lot more variety of fish, but only if you have access to them. But I'll hit this bridge with my kayak, and it is pretty good. And we are at mile marker 26 from Key West. And I think, yeah, this side's blocked up as well. So that's kind of crap. So, forcibly moving on. There's the Winn-Dixie on Big Pine. And we're heading on our way to the No Name Bridge, which is one of the more off the beaten path, but probably one of the better bridges in the Keys. And if you haven't really heard about our Big Pine Key deer, we actually have regular deer here in the Keys. They're miniature size, like about the size of a big dog. But right now they've got these screw flies that are eating them, or eating through and eating their brains out, and causing a lot of havoc down here. I guess it's a parasite that is really attacking them, but it can attack all animals and even humans too. So I guess it's some sort of fly, and then it drops its larvae, goes into the scratches, and then the maggots will start eating out the brains and stuff. So we're just gonna look for zombie deer as we drive around. A little known fact, I had maggots all up in my head once while trekking through the jungles in Colombia. I ended up getting a bunch of maggots in my head and boring in my skull basically. And then they tried killing them and doing a bunch of stuff, and then ended up using a type of drain cleaner, antiseptic wash type stuff that they use for like cleaning your sinks and stuff in hospitals, and then injecting that into my all the different wounds into my head, and then killing them and then plucking them out. That was new, different, cool story. Here we are at the No Name Bridge. There's the little rental places where you can rent kayaks, and then you can rent those little cabanas there. You can launch your kayak for like $5, do kayak tours. But this is the bridge here itself. So we'll probably stop and give this a shot. It's ripping current, so it's going to be difficult to fish it. Hopefully it'll hit some slack tide coming up, but we'll see. Instead of paying and parking over there, I park on this far side, and I'll have to hump it back over this way. But this is the shorter side to be on, so we'll park up here on the end and then walk up. If I was really doing this more often, I'm definitely going to need to get one of those pier fishing carts. Humping all this stuff is starting to get a little bit heavy and annoying. But we're just going to park right here on the corner and then walk on up. So let's put this down. And oh, this is actually my kayak launch spot right here as well. So if you don't want to pay for parking over there, you just launch over here. Right there. Okay, note to self and everybody else that's going to fish this bridge. Stop on the bridge where you're going to fish, or at least in the vicinity of it. Drop all your stuff off and then drive over to the end and park. You don't have to worry about a lot of traffic, because just down a quarter mile away or so, the road dead ends. There's a few residentials, but not a ton, so this bridge doesn't get a ton of traffic. You have plenty of time to load and unload your stuff. So huge tip there. Carrying all that stuff, especially that bucket full of water with those live pinfish in it, was a rookie mistake. Looks like I got here at the right time. There's people coming from that side and people coming from that side. At least I got my spot staked out, so I'm good. Oh, take your time. Don't rush it, because they're big. Let the current tire them out a bit.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, that's a $1,000 fish people pay for to come down here and catch those.
We didn't even charter a boat.
Yeah, that's it. Then it would only be like maybe a 20% chance you'd catch one of those.
That's right.
No, he's just sitting in the current, like waiting for food to come by. There's not really a place to even land that thing. Not here, but in the Keys a lot. I'm from Key West, so it's a bit far to drive up here all the time. Okay, a little bit farther.
I didn't see it, but I saw it.
That's probably about 40-50 pounds.
Yeah.
Probably about 4.5, 5 foot. Oh, there, it felt it. It's gonna come up, gonna jump, jump. Oh. Guys, oh.
Did you get that all?
Yeah, got it on tape. There you go. There's the key deer. Gouda bait.